Good morning, Peaceful Place friends. Teacher Mary here. This morning I am going to talk with you about a very special and near and dear topic. I'm going to talk to you today about family. And everybody has a family, a different type of family. Your family may look different than even my family. My family may look different from yours. Who lives in your house? What do you consider family? How would you describe your family? So we're going to talk a lot about family, and it is one of my favorite things in the world, my family. And I definitely miss them during this time where I don't get to spend as much time with them, right? We're all kind of staying home as much as we can. But thankfully we get to see each other through our phones and call each other, which is wonderful. But there's nothing like giving them hugs and loving on them and just being around them and feeling that energy and that love. So I thought we could actually start by reading a book that I found. It tells us a lot about, it shows us actually about the different kinds of families there can be. And maybe you'll see a family in this book that looks a little bit like your family, or that it has similarities, things that are alike with your family. So let's read this book, and you'll hear me read the book, and we'll talk a little bit about what's happening in each picture or what that family dynamic is like. And it's going to be great. So I'm excited to talk to you about this. And then after we're done reading, we'll come back and talk more about family. So let's get to reading, okay? Today we're going to read A Family is a Family is a Family. We were talking about families at school. The teacher asked us what we thought made our family special. I went last because I wasn't sure what to say. My family is not like everybody else's. My mom and dad have been best friends since first grade. They really like each other. It's kind of gross. Look at that. In this little girl's family, her mom and dad knew each other when they were little, since they were little kids. How neat is that? It also kind of seems like, while looking at this picture, maybe she's an only child. I don't see any little brothers or sisters sitting around her. So maybe that's her family, is a mom, a dad, and just her. There are lots of kids in our family. Mom and dad just keep coming home with more. It looks like this little girl from the classroom comes from a really big family. Look at all of those brothers and sisters. That is a lot more than I have at home. Do you have this many brothers or sisters? Wow, that would be a very busy house, wouldn't it? Both my moms are terrible singers, and they both like to sing really loud. Oh, it looks like this little boy that's sitting in the red t-shirt on the roof has two moms, and they really like to sing. I know I like to sing. I don't think my singing's terrible, but everybody has their own opinion. It looks like the other people underneath them are actually enjoying the songs. Maybe your family likes to sing together. Do you guys? I have more grandparents than anybody else I know. Wow, look at this little boy at the bottom of the tree. It looks like he has lots and lots of family members and grandparents, he says. Do you have lots of grandparents? Maybe you do. I only have 4 grandparents, and only one is still alive, but maybe you have a lot more than that. It's pretty neat to think about, isn't it? We have a new baby in our house. I think my mom ordered him online. That's kind of silly, right? Babies don't really come from online. Where do they come from? Usually mom's tummy, right? But maybe this is a mom that lives by herself with her 2 children. Sometimes moms do it all by themselves, right? Sometimes dads do too. Let's see what family's next. We all look alike in my family. We just kind of go together. Do you look like everybody in your family? I know that I look a lot different from my dad, and me and my sisters look a little bit different, but me and my sisters kind of look the same. What about your family? Who do you look like? One week, my mom gets me. The next week, Dad does. Fair's fair. So it looks like this little girl's family, her mom and dad, they don't live together. They live separately, but she gets to spend time with both of them. Isn't that neat? She still gets to see both of her parents. Maybe that's what your family is like. Do both of your mom and dad or your moms and dads live under the same roof? Some people say, I look like my dad. And some people say, I look like my mom. I think I look like myself. So look at that. We see the dad over on the other side of the picture and the mom. And they both look different, right? A little bit different. And the little girl, she could look like both of them. But most importantly, she thinks she looks like herself. Do you think you look like yourself? I think you do. My mom says that before I was born, I grew in her heart. Look at that. The little boy is helping push his mom in her wheelchair. It looks like they're chasing after some birds and having some fun, isn't it? Pretty cool, huh? Because I live with my grandmother, people sometimes think she's my mother. She's not. She's my everything. Do you live with any of your grandparents? Maybe you spent a lot of time with your grandparents and lived with them for a while. Some people do, and that's a very special thing, isn't it? Get to spend extra time with your grandparents. How cool. Some of the kids were dads when he met my mom. Some were moms when she met Dad. Now we all belong to each other. So it looks like this mom and this dad of this family had children before they married each other or lived together. So they are called like a blended family. Both families came together, and now there's lots of children, right? Looks like more than just a few. One of my dads is tall, and one is short. They both give good hugs. Look at both of his dads are tucking him in at bed. How sweet is that? He's got two dads, and he is so loved, it looks like, getting lots of good hugs. I listened to everybody else, and then I remembered the time someone saw us all together at the park. She asked my foster mother to point out her real children. Oh, I don't have any imaginary children, Mom said. All my children are real. So look at that. This lady, she helps children who maybe don't have a home, and she gives them a beautiful, safe, and loving home to live in. And so that's called a foster home, right? That's so special. A family is a family is a family. Look at all of those children in the class. They are all holding up pictures of their family that they drew, and they're all different, and we got to see each of their family stories and what each family is like. Okay, that was a beautiful book. I hope that you liked it, and I hope that you were able to see some families that look like yours in that book. I know I saw a family that kind of looks like mine, and it's just really neat to get to see different types of families and what makes them beautiful and unique. So something I wanted to ask you is, what is a family? After looking at all of those different types of family, what is a family? Well, to me, a family is like a group of people who go through the world together. And usually there's two adults and children, but sometimes adults can be family and not have any children. Usually when we think about it right now, we think, okay, there's usually two grown-ups, two adults, and there's children, right? There's maybe one child, maybe 7 or 10 children. Families can range in size, but the thing that makes them all a family is the love, right? Is the love that you have for each other and the support and the kindness that you show each other. And there's also other types of families that don't live in your house, right? That's called extended family. Those are people who are your moms or dads, brothers and sisters, or their moms and dads, right? And we have names for those wonderful family members. We have aunts, who are our mothers or father's sisters. We have uncles. They are the brothers to our mothers or fathers. And we have grandparents who are our mom and dad's parents, right? And maybe you've met all your grandparents. I know I've met all my grandparents, but sometimes we don't get to meet them. And sometimes we get to see pictures and share memories with our parents and things that they remembered about theirs. So we have so much family, and sometimes people have smaller families, and that's beautiful too. And maybe you have cousins. Those are the other children who might be closer to your age that are your uncles and aunts' children. So family is a big topic, right? There's so much we could dive into in talking about it. But of course, I wanted to share a picture with you of my family and share with you a little bit about my family. So let me see if I can find it here. Thought I brought it. Oh, there it is. Got it. So here is a picture. Whoop, there's a glare. There's my family. Can you see where I am? I'm kind of right in the center. I'm the one who took this picture. We were at a wedding, actually. One of my cousins, my mom's brother, my mom's brother, his daughter was getting married. So we were all at her wedding to celebrate her and her new family. And so in this picture you can see me, and then this is my mom. Her name is Eva. And this is my dad. His name is Bryce. And I'm the oldest sister. I was born first out of me and my sisters. And then right here, tucked in the little corner there, that's Emily. Emily is my first little sister, so she's in the middle. And then Gloria back here, that's Gloria. Some of the friends at my school might have met Gloria. She's come to visit the classroom once. She's my baby sister. She's my littlest sister. She's not really a baby anymore, but we call her the baby sister because she's the youngest. And when you're the baby, you kind of always stay the baby in some families. And then we have a very special person who lives with us. This is my grandmother. And guess what her name is? Mary. I think I showed you in one of my other videos a picture of just me and my grandma, and that her name is Mary, and that's who I was named after. And in some families, it's common that you might be named after one of your grandmas or grandpas. And I know for me and my family, that is very common. So me, the oldest sister, my name is Mary from Grandma Mary, right there. And Gloria is actually named after my dad's mom. So she's also named after a grandma. And while there weren't any, I don't have any brothers, maybe they would have been named after my grandpas. But in our family, we like to pass down names. We like to name people after others that are in our family. So that's something that our family likes to do. Now, we have our families, right? And we're all different, and we all do different things with our family, or have different things that we like to do with our family, different activities. I know that in my family, we love to play tennis. Haven't gotten to play tennis in so long. I really miss the tennis courts, especially playing with my dad and my littlest sister. But yeah, we love to play sports together. We also love to just sit down and have meals together. We love to sit down, and sometimes we'll even cook together. I know one time we got together and we each made our own pizza. We just got a bunch of different toppings and we all had our own dough, and we just had so much fun making this food together and talking about all the different things we liked on our pizzas. And of course it was all different, but that's what's great, is even in your family, each person is different and unique. Each person has their own likes and dislikes, but the thing that bonds us and that keeps us close is the fact that we love each other so much, and there's nothing that can ever replace family, I really miss my family. I'm starting to get a little teary-eyed just thinking about them, because they hold such a special place in my heart, like I'm sure your moms and dads and brothers or sisters, if you have them, do too. Or maybe you live with your grandparents, or maybe you live with aunts and uncles, whatever family you live with, they love you, and That's what matters, is the love that keeps you guys together. But anyways, thank you for joining me today and talking about family. Hopefully you'll get to spend some time sitting with your family and thinking, like, what do we all like to do together? Sometimes we just are used to doing those things together and we don't even think about it. But other families, like mine, we like to play tennis. Maybe your family doesn't like to play tennis, so what does your family do? What kind of things do you and your family do together that you like doing, you all have fun doing together? If you can sit down and think about that, or maybe you can think about things you want to try new. Maybe you want to do something new with your family and you can talk about things you'd like to do. Or, you know, a great thing to do with family as well, if you have it, is look at old pictures. I always love looking at my baby pictures when I was your age and even a new baby in the world, and seeing what my parents looked like and what I looked like, because I forget what I looked like when I was itty bitty, right? Because I'm so used to being a grown-up now. But it's fun to look at old pictures and maybe some family members you haven't been able to meet yet or meet at all, and you get to see pictures about them and tell story or hear stories about them from your parents or the adults in your home. And that can be a really beautiful thing to do, especially in a time like this when we're all kind of just sitting together anyways. But yeah, I encourage you to do that with your family. Sit down and look at old pictures, talk about family members that maybe you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe give them a call. Maybe just call them and let them know you're thinking about them. That makes them feel so special if they're family members that aren't living in your home, right? Or write a letter. Maybe you could draw a picture and send it in the mail, and that would just light up their face and make their whole day happy. So there's so much you can do with family, and I am so glad that I got to talk to you guys about this today. It's definitely brought a smile to my face, if you can't tell. But anyways, I love you all, and I hope you just get to spend some extra cozy time with your family and maybe putting together a family tree. I will send that, and it's a great activity. Hopefully you get a chance to sit down and do it and really talk about each family member you're adding to your tree, right? So kind of like in this picture in the book I have here. See how the person's down at the bottom, and in this tree there's family members. Now here it's pictures of family members, right? But in the activity that I'll send home for you guys to do, and I'm gonna do it for sure, in that activity you're gonna write their names. But of course, if you have the ability to include their picture, that would be spectacular. That would make it awesome as well. But for me, I think I'm gonna stick to just writing their names because I don't have everybody's picture, right? But either way, it's just really special to sit down and think about each family member you have in your home and outside of your home. Anyways, hopefully you get to do that. It'll be fun for everyone. So anyways, I will talk to you guys soon, and I miss you all. I hope you are having a good time at home. All right.